welcome back, friends. It's your favorite happy hour and a half, and our favorite time too. New movie is out in theaters today about the proud warrior Scandinavians, better known as, you guessed it, the Vikings.
Our TCL movie guy got to sit down with the star of this epic Viking movie, Alexander Skarsgård. He found out why this actor loves Norse mythology so much. Take a look.
How I've missed you, my son. One day this kingdom will be yours.
Thank you, Father, my king.
Now, I'm curious, you've been interested in Viking lore and myths since your childhood. What is it about that those stories and those characters that still resonate into what the Northman is today?
Yeah, it started when I was a young boy, a wee lad growing up in Sweden, and being surrounded by rune stones. Some of my earliest memories are from looking at these massive behemoths, these rune stones in southern Sweden, where we had a country home when I was a kid, and my grandfather explaining how these Vikings would erect these rune stones, and the inscriptions, the runes, what they meant. He would translate and explain about these intrepid explorers that went to faraway places a millennia ago. And naturally, for a young kid, that was just the most thrilling story, and it started something, a distant dream of maybe one day making a Viking movie.
Strike, brother. Strike. But know that bearing a stolen ring makes no half-breed a king.
Ooh, this looks like dark and mysterious and intriguing. Paul's here with his thoughts about the Northmen. Okay, tell us.
So, as soon as the movie ended, I was like, what did I just watch?
Wow.
But I loved it at the same time. So the premise is very much a Hamlet story. So as a young kid, he plays Hamlet, who watches his father's death at the hands of his uncle, and now as an adult, after seeing this mystic, knows that he has to go and avenge his father's death. So it stars Ethan Hawke as his father, and he reteams with Nicole Kidman, who plays his mother in this.
Very good.
So this is a haunting, it's brutal, it's very violent, but it just engages all your senses, and it's not easy on the audience, that's
But you're
for
thinking,
sure.
I need to watch this again to take in another part that maybe I missed.
Absolutely. It's just firing on all cylinders, and like the score is very like intentional and loud, and then it's also bloody, so you're like squinting at the same time. You've never seen Alexander Skarsgård like this. He's just this ferocious beast in it as he kind of plots out this revenge story.
Okay, I feel like if you're in the right mental state, this would be really good to watch. How many ticket
So
stubs?
4 to 5 ticket stubs. I love a good, just kind of original movie that's just executed so well, and this does that.
Very
Okay,
good.
well, Paul also got to talk to Craig Robinson, best known as Daryl from The Office, about his new movie, The Bad Guys. Take a look at this.
And this is the crew: Miss Tarantula, Mr. Shark, Mr. Piranha, Mr. Snake.
Everyone copy.
Copy. Copy. Copy. Copy.
We're no stranger to doing animation, but what's the most rewarding part for you of working in that medium versus a movie or a live-action TV series?
Probably just that, kids get to know, at least get to know your voice a little bit. And then there's, that one interaction with you meet a family, and they're like, oh, that's the guy from Shrek or from what have you. And they're, the kids are like, yeah, okay. They love the character, but some of them don't put it together.
Chicken, you want some cake? You seem a little hangry.
Get that thing out of my face!
Well, if you had to pull off like a heist, thinking about all your former co-stars, all the funny people that you worked with, who would you want on your team and what role would you play? Because you all have different roles within Bad Guys.
I'm the getaway driver. and then I think I would have to have Creed from The Office in there. He would handle everything else. Two-man job.
Oh, I steal things all the time. It's just something I do.
And Craig, it was really great talking today. I really appreciate the time.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it too.
This is gonna taste extra sweet. Nope. Sucker. That's it. I teach you to share.
Totally worth it.
I'm the bad guy.
Oh, that looks
Okay,
really
it looks
fun.
so cute, and he's so lovable.
I mean, there's so much to love about this movie, especially for the whole family. So the premise is you got this wolf, the snake, the shark, the spider, and the piranha, who are typically feared by humans, so they use that to their advantage to rob banks. And when their last con goes wrong, they decide to pose as good guys as kind of the ultimate con. So it's this comedy heist movie that is clever, great voices, Sam Rockwell, Mark Maron, Craig, Awkwafina, Anthony Ramos. So there's just like, it's just clever and funny, and I think kids will love some of the surprises and the twists that are along with it as well.
I just love new movies for kids.
I
Yeah.
had no idea this was based on a best-selling book series.
Aaron Blabey, they're scholastic books that you know that we all grew up on,
yeah.
and I'm like, well, now I want to read these books. Like, they're
Right.
so fun. It could
Read
be a
them
good
with the
franchise.
kids.
Yeah,
that's so
okay,
good.
ticket stubs on this.
So
one,
3.5 out of 5.
Cute.
It's in
Okay.
theaters now. Yeah.
Kids will love
Fantastic.
that. All right, next, the unbearable weight of massive talent. What is this
Another
about?
fun, clever, original movie. So in it, it stars Nicolas Cage as an exaggerated version of himself, Nick Cage, who goes to Mallorca, Spain to visit the screenwriter and finds himself kind of caught up in what could be the plot of one of his movies when the FBI is like, hey, your new best friend may be in this drug cartel.
Okay, so he's playing himself.
Yes. So this movie is so fun. It references so many of his movies, but it's not self-indulgent either. Like, you don't even need to know a lot of his movies to get the humor. This is really
We
one
don't
of
know
the...
his movies. We learned that at the top of the show.
So, like, it doesn't matter. You will have a blast with this. It's actually one of the funniest movies I've seen in a long time because of these two performances from Nick Cage and Pedro Pascal and how they ride the line of, like, lampooning himself and you seeing Nicolas Cage, like, just making fun of himself. And there's a lot of joy to that. Tiffany Haddish is funny in it as well, and it is just a
like
We
when
need
people poke
funny
fun of
movies
themselves.
too.
Oh my God.
I mean, I need something funny. I've got to like ease up on the intensity of life, right?
Oh, I hear you.
Yes.
I hear you.
How many ticket stubs for
So
that
4 out
one?
of 5 for this as well. I think there's something that anyone could enjoy. Even if you are not as familiar with his work, you'll just pick up on a lot of really fun.
And those last
like
two
that.
are in theaters, so we'll
Yes.
have to wait for them to come onto some
Yep.
sort of streaming
and
service.
I think that the bad guys will be on Peacock later on because it's a Universal movie and they partner with Peacock, so you
Okay.
could just wait a little
That's
bit
good
for
to know.
Peacock. Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, Paul.
Paul.
Great to see you. You can visit Paul's website, paulstriptothemovies.com, for updates on movies and streaming services.
You can also listen to Paul on the Colleen and Bradley Show on My Talk 107.1 every Friday or watch him on his YouTube channel, also called Paul's Trip to the Movies. I'm told to smash the subscribe button.
Smash it. Don't smash your device.
do.
Just smash
Just
the
the
button gently. TCL's movie trip is brought to you by Muska Lighting. Muska Lighting has been the Twin Cities' top destination for lighting solutions since 1919, and you can visit one of their showrooms in Roseville or Eden Prairie. Their lighting designers will be happy to help you choose beautifully functional pieces for your home.